EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Yard line.
Ready, 280, 56, check 56, 20. All day.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On second down, Freeman. The Pro Bowl corner, Jason Verrett, on the tackle. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Now Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive.
Check. Hey, express. Gun.
They'll run it. Freeman. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
Here we go. 180. 11. One, Omaha. Check.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he's not going anywhere to start the night. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle.
21. I got you.
Looking to throw on second down. Garoppolo. That's Samuel. Caught left side. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
65.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Fourth down now after a loss of 2.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3. But this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Ryan gets it to his tight end, Hooper. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Ran a perfect defense in this situation. Would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Ryan now to throw on third down. It's caught. Jones. And he's got the first down. Yardage before being taken down at midfield. First catch so far for Julio. He's got a first down. They run. Devontae Freeman. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
25.
On second and 9, Ryan, and he will find Ridley on the left side. The reception good for 7. It's third down. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Ryan. He's going to go for it all. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll run for it. It's Freeman. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. Devontae Freeman is shifting. This doesn't pay off here in short yardage. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, Haywood. Hey, gun.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. The sack coming from Adrian Claiborne off the edge. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
White. 53's Mike.
To throw is Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that's caught inside the 35. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way. Just reached up and pulled it in. Had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
He's checking. Crash. Hey, check 24. Dig. Go ahead. 11.
On first down, here's Breida.
Tighten up.
He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Oh, that's a big one right there. You talk about breaking off a huge chunk of real estate. But if you're the defensive coordinator, you cannot dwell on the fact you just gave up an explosive run. You have to look ahead, regroup your guys, and figure out a way to slow down this attack.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15.
Here we go.
3rd and 15 here after the first and second down plays went in the wrong direction. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
Here we go.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel there to make the grab. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Nifty move. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore, and he'll take this back down inside the 20. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find the spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
21. Here we go. Hey, alert. Jim. Hatchet. Check safety. 21. Here we go. Under coach. 21. Shit. Yes.
Garoppolo gives to Breida. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called a desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Check. He's coming. We got double up. Get up.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. This is Freeman. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Yo, check three. Kill. Hey, turn it out. 36. Wide, get wide. Joker.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
He wasn't ready.
At the 49ers' 45-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Tuesday. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there. And it's 3rd down.
6 yards to go.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. Steps away to his... And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth. Go ahead and set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? I'll guarantee.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Garoppolo in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
Hey, Charlie.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Check, crunch.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Freeman again. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On 1st down, Ryan. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. CD, we want to remind folks, in honor of its 100th season, the NFL is encouraging fans to join players, teams, and the NFL family in a year-long volunteer initiative called Huddle for 100. Choose a cause, volunteer 100 minutes of your time, and help shape what your community will look like for the next 100 years. Visit NFL.com/huddle for 100 to track your minutes and get rewarded. 11 yards there, 1st down. Here's Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Another carry for the workhorse tonight, Freeman. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander. On 2nd and 9, Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Kill, turn up. Watch the safety creep. 51. Check.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Now it's Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big, they just sent their receivers out, let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in the stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your athletes out-athletes everyone else and makes a dramatic play.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
21. Hey, wahoo! Check Mike 45. Right here. 45.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. It's caught inside the 25. Garoppolo able to find Goodwin for a big one, 46 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
45 to Mike. Hey, Alpha. 13.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Going for it all. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. Garoppolo now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now a toss play. It's Breida. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Matt Breida, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point. The extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Freeman again, a first down carry. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A 20th carry now for Devontae Freeman. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. from the 30 on second down. Ryan, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. D. Ford in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Freeman. There he goes inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta. Now it's Ryan.
So after a run like that, I will guarantee that the head coach is saying to himself, maybe even over his headsets to the rest of the staff, what was that all game long? We needed that. That's the type of run we planned for going into the game. Didn't get much of that, but let's move it forward. Let's build on it, get ready for the next week, and let's go play.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
I can't believe they even let
Ryan. His throw incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Ryan. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Solomon Thomas, they'd love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack. The Falcons will call on Matt Bryant for the field goal try. This from 44 yards away. The kick by Bryant is good. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And the 49er hands team does its job. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin. 45 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end? And the Niners get there and bring him down. So the victory here for San Francisco, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.